This thing is more powerful than steroids, according to studies from Stanford University. It is over $1,000 and is a palm cooling device. Today I'm going to share how it works, what it is, what it feels like, and is this thing actually worth your money? Now, this is called a CoolMitt. It is based out of a company using the newest, latest, and greatest palm cooling research from Stanford University. And it's a mitt that you essentially put cold water into this device right here. It pumps that cold water into the mitt right over here. So let me show you how that works. This is the palm CoolMitt. We can go ahead and you can see there's an opening right over here. We would slide my hand in. There's tubing on the inside, which is then pumping water at the exact temperature that you need to cool your hand underneath. And this tubing right here, in and out, plugs into the main unit device right over here. And this device, you actually can go ahead and unlatch it here, and the top comes off. You can do that properly. Boom, there's a coil system right in there to help with keeping the water cool. We've got some switches right here to turn the device on and off, as well as a screen. If you need it, the water will be actually filled, can be filled in via this hole right over here. And then over here, we can see there's an input right over here, as well as the tubing, the coil system, and it's pretty easy to latch back on. You'll slide it in place, get these hooks back in. Boom, you go ahead and hook this in. Do all four. It's pretty loud. And then the tubing on the back right over here. We do have this link down below if you do plan to buy one that helps support the channel. I can do a deeper dive testing this too if you'd like. This is what the charger looks like. It comes with a DC power outlet and is a classic charger. I don't love that it's sideways, but it does have an LED to help you know that it's charging. It's compact enough for a gym bag. That's the hard part. This is very big. This is like needs its own gym bag. There's no carrying case. They did give this little bag right here, but it'll barely fit. You got to set it up. That's one of the downsides of the process of like setting this up. If I had an at-home trainer and a bike, I would probably use this. I could set it up on the table and just leave it there. It's not something I'd want to carry around. It's just so big. But it's, you know, if you want to use it at the gym, walk around from one station to the next, it's really got to provide value. You really need those performance gains. And that's where this CoolMitt would come in play. Is like, I want to maximize my gains as much as possible. So it's like, how valuable is this actually? They've seen 40 to 60% improvement in studies versus non-cooling control groups. It's 118% faster than passive cooling in the first 2 minutes. And it's used by the MLB, NFL, NBA, NHL, Tour de France. So if the professionals are using it, I might as well use it too. And it essentially solves the fundamental limitation of muscle overheating during exercise. Because when you're working out, you get warm, you're overheating, and then those heat triggers can cause natural circuit breakers that slow your muscle activity. So you can't get those reps in, where this will actually decrease your core body temperature. We think ice baths reduce inflammation. This is actually just lowering your core, your internal body temperature, so that way your circuit breakers, your natural circuit breakers, aren't stopping your muscles from working. And this was actually based on DARPA funded at Stanford University research. So it's targeting your palm's unique ability to cool. Your palms actually release 5 times greater heat than other skin areas. It's going to target your AVAs, or atriovenous for direct blood cooling. It avoids vasoconstriction that, you know, if you just put ice in your palms would cause. And how do you set this up? You'll fill the bottom container with ice and water. You'll fill the upper container with water. You'll plug in the mitt hoses, and then you have a single button right here. Boom, you press it to turn it on. You put your hand in the mitt, 30 to 90 seconds, you're good to go. It was Time's best invention of 2023. It's used by the special forces, first responders, and professional adoption across major sports leagues. It has super simple operation. It's just the water, the ice, when carrying it, which are the biggest roadblocks to using it. But if you're like, I am an athlete and I need this, then it makes sense to use this. Now, what are the potential problems? Now, let's talk about durability. So it is very well built. It is high quality. I think over time, this should last pretty long. The maintenance is pretty minimal. You just need to do basic cleaning. Like we said, it requires ice and water, and you do need space for your workouts. If you want to put this on a table, the floor next to you, wherever you're working out, you're doing squats, you want to get more reps in, it's the way to go. Potential problems, none that we've seen so far. People have posted about. I think it's a very niche product, so hopefully we'll see more of that soon. If you have any questions, comment them down below. There are competitors like the AVA cooling bars, which you can just hold with one hand. Those are $200 to $300 versus $1,000. They might not get the exact temperature and they warm up over time, but they're just easier to use. There's the Core TX Go, lighter. It's lighter weight. It's at $400. There's the Cooler, which offers solid state cooling at $600. And then there's the Nice Rock, which is a fully contained, I think, ball, but that's $2,000. And it uses batteries to cool your palms. So this thing is almost $1,000. There are no other extra expenses other than ice and water. And people have been saying they've broken 3-year plateaus after 2 months of use. So this could be really effective to increase your gains, your cardiovascular fitness. So if you have the space and you're like, I want to try this, I want the maximum potential effectiveness of a tool that might be rather large and I'm willing to use it, this could be for you, serious athletes, dedicated fitness enthusiasts. For the most casual gym people, this is just not worth it. You need to first show up consistently at the gym. That's a higher priority. The hassle of taking this with you to the gym, I don't think it's worth it. But we do have a link and discount code down below. Click those, it helps support the channel. My name is Sherman Shures. If you want to see a full review on my main channel, let me know. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.